Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue talking about the chanter, but specifically how individual notes are made on the bagpipe chanter in order to make the melodies. So to recap, the word chanter comes from the Latin cantare, and it's where we get words like canticle or sea shanty or sea chanty or Gregorian chant. It simply means to sing. The chanter produces sound by air flowing through a reed in the stock of the pipe and then flowing down the pipe past these holes that have been drilled into the chanter. And by placing your fingers over these holes in various combinations, we get different notes on the scale. So think back to when you were learning maybe the recorder in elementary school and you had to learn the various fingering positions to produce a scale. Well, a chanter on a bagpipe is similar, but it has a lot of unique features as well. What I'm about to say only applies to the Great Highland Bagpipe and to its variants, the Scottish small pipes and lowland pipes. Other types of bagpipes have different fingering combinations. We're just going to be focusing on the Great Highland Bagpipe. So a pipe chanter on the bagpipe has 7 holes in the front, 1 in the back. I don't know if you can see those holes there. There are 2 very large holes down here near the sole of the chanter as well, but these are merely for sound projection and don't have anything to do with producing notes. So because we only have 8 holes, this means we have 9 notes only that the Highland pipe chanter can produce. There are some exceptions to this. There are chanters, I actually have a chanter that can produce sharps and flats, but in general, for a standard Highland pipe, it can only produce these 9 notes, and they're generally not sharps or flats. I'm going to discuss that a little bit more in a minute. Each of these holes is assigned a reference name from low A to B, C, D, E, F, G, and high A. We make notes on the chanter by covering these holes in various combinations with our fingers. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. When you're learning the recorder or penny whistle, you generally use your fingertips. You can't do that on a Highland bagpipe because as the holes go down the chanter, they get larger diameter and farther apart. And so what we do in the bagpiping world, instead of using fingertips, we straighten our fingers like so and bend them back here at the knuckle at the base of the hand, of the palm. And in this way, you can spread your fingers out easier. It's kind of an unusual feeling and it takes some getting used to, but this is what it looks like. I'm right-handed, so my right hand covers the 4 bottom holes, the left hand covers the 3 top holes, and then the thumb covers the back thumb hole for high A. And this is what it looks like. Again, it's kind of a weird feeling if you're not used to it because the holes are covering kind of farther down on your fingers. But you quickly adapt to it and it becomes second nature. And so much so that when I started messing around with penny whistles and low whistles later, I still do this type of fingering instead of fingertips. So, notes are produced by covering these holes in various combinations. But this is really the first step in learning how to play the bagpipes. It's learning the 9 basic notes. We can play all 9 notes by these combinations, and this is kind of how it looks, okay? This is on a practice chanter. This is what we spend a lot of time on, learning tunes and practicing fingering. So starting with low G. So I'm going to exaggerate this one more time, maybe get up a little bit closer here. So there you go. Those are the 9 basic notes. There are no valves on the chanter, so there's really not much room for sharps or flats. You can do some sharps and flats by partially covering holes, but that's not a common practice. I mean, it's used on a few tunes, but again, it's very uncommon. Well, that's it. 9 notes on a typical bagpipe chanter, and they're played by learning these combinations of fingering. That's your starting point. If you're going to learn the bagpipe, that's where you start, learning the basic 9 notes. In a future video, we'll get into what becomes much more challenging, and that's the grace notes and embellishments that give Highland bagpipe melodies such a unique sound. I'll look forward to doing that one with you. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. And as always, man, I would love to hear your comments down below, or anything you want, or questions. If you have questions, let me know and I'll try to address them in a future video. And we'll see you next time.